Well, clean doesn't mean that things are dirty. No, you know the feeling of getting things clean and just kind of all sparkly. It's spring, and we have that urge to kind of sweep out the corners and polish things up. And I'm going to encourage you to think about doing the same thing with your mind. You see, we get things stuck in the back of our minds, and they take up space and they take up bandwidth. Even if it's not a mess or chaotic or dirty, you can always clean things up a bit. One of my previous clients said that belief repatterning is like mental floss. Yeah, it's not about fixing something that's wrong. You see, you don't need fixing. My dad was a veterinarian, and if you had to get fixed at our house, that meant you didn't get to have puppies or kittens anymore. So there's nothing wrong. You're in exactly the right place to tidy up your thinking, to move yourself to that upside of the line. And right now, we really need it. The whole world is like in this not sure place. And so, by tidying up your thinking, by being the best that you can be and showing up that way, you contribute to the world being able to be that way. Have you noticed that the air is cleaner? Have you noticed if you're by water that the water is cleaner? There's fish swimming in the canals in Venice. I think we'd all like to keep the environment in this cleaner place. So let's be mindful. Let's be mindful of our thoughts. See, when we allow the luxury, and I call it a luxury of negative thinking, we bring the whole vibration to a lower place. So let's clean up our thinking. Let's clean up our speaking. Let's clean up the way we view the world and keep that highly polished. And you can do this by cleaning up things around you. One of our workshops, our decluttering workshop that we do with folks that are in our ongoing program, it's called Declutter Your Mind, Declutter Your Life. And so what one thing might you do today? 10 minutes. It's not about the do of it. It's about the being that you bring to it. So bring clear, clean, positive, healthy, supportive thinking to that activity of maybe, I don't know, cleaning out the cutlery drawer or cleaning up the scarves in the closet. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, let it be simple, but do it mindfully. That you are cleaning up the energy of the planet. Because as you clean up the energy of your thoughts, that's exactly what you're doing. Forgive myself for believing that something has to be wrong before I clean it up. Bring that in. Thinking about, the silver I used to polish with my mother's, I forgive myself for believing it has to get black before I clean. Go. I remember that silver, and it always was much easier if before it got black, you just cleaned it. Yeah, it's much easier in your home that before it gets really chaotic, you just kind of keep things tidied up. It's the same thing with the home that you live in here with your mind. There's no need to wait until there's something wrong. No, in fact, repatterning works really well to get you out of those places, but it works even better when you're already here to just kind of supersize things. So give yourself permission to clean up your thinking. It might be around someone's choices of how they're doing the reentry. It might be around what leaders' decisions are being made. Everyone is making a decision from the best place that they know. It may not make sense to you, they're making the best decisions that they can. And they were elected to make those decisions for us. Doesn't mean you have to kind of roll over and accept them. It means that you get to decide where you are with it. Someone was saying to me yesterday that all of the sanctions were lifted and they were feeling that they'd been betrayed. They were feeling really scared about it. And I said, but don't you realize it's like you're no longer grounded? And just like when you were a teenager and feeling grounded, I don't mean grounded in the sense of being solid, I mean grounded in the sense of not being allowed to go out with your friends. When that was lifted, it was up to you to be responsible enough to behave accordingly. So let's all keep our thoughts clean. Let's keep our actions above the line. I choose to clean up my thoughts today around, where might you do that? Because you see, you're free to think the thoughts that you choose to think. Nobody else can make you think something. It's just an illusion that they can make you think something. You're the one that gets to decide. So I'd really love to thank those who are joining me today. I see that we've got Marie and we've got Marnie and we've got Susan and another Marnie with an E and Pat and Jennifer and Annie. Thank you so much for joining me today. Just pop into that chat spot. What thoughts you might clean up today, or what 10-minute task might you do that will let you clean things up a little bit in your environment that you can then feel that feeling and apply it to your thinking. I'm Suze Casey, and I'm welcoming you to remember where you had those clean thoughts. I'm not talking about dirty thoughts like junior high kind of stuff. I'm just talking about clean thoughts where you thought the best of someone, where you looked at them and recognized that they were doing the very best that they could right then. And what they needed was your belief in them, not your judgment. Your belief that they would find their feet again. Let's hold that for ourselves and each other. Take good care. I'll see you tomorrow for another Daily Intention. Have a great one. Bye for now.